My name is Jonathan Singer. You're watching My Nappy Roots, and if you got a little time, you might as well stick around. Welcome back to My Nappy Roots, everyone. Thank you for joining me today in the second edition of the technique of growing long hair. The topic of today is something directed to my newbies, to my new people just starting their healthy hair journey. One thing that we talk about a lot on various hair boards and different hair networking sites is regimen building. How to go about building your regimen. Now, a lot of people will just rattle off a list of products, but my approach is a lot different. My approach is hair care psychology is the term that I've coined and is my platform and what I try to do here on my channel. So in building a regimen, the first thing that you want to take into account is, what is my goal? What is the end result of taking care of my hair going to be for me? What is it that I want to accomplish? Do I want to grow my hair longer? Do I want to go from shoulder length to mid-back length? Do I want to have hair that's more manageable, hair that's more moisturized, hair that's more easy to deal with, hair that's more shiny, more body, more bounce, more flow? What is it that you want to accomplish? That is definitely a question that you have to ask yourself before you begin looking for any products or following anyone's regimen. Also, you must take into account your lifestyle. Are you an extremely active person? How much time do you have to devote to your hair? I know for myself that I don't want to devote a lot of time to my hair. So a regimen that is small, that has few products, that has a few steps is something that's more geared toward my life. Also, you want to take into account your climate. Where do you live? Do you live someplace where the air is humid and it's rainy a lot? Do you live someplace where it's dry and arid? Do you live someplace where there's a lot of pollution? Where you live definitely has a huge factor on your body, your skin, and your hair. The climate you live in, you must adjust your regimen for your hair. Depending on where you live, you must adjust your regimen for your hair and for your skin and for your body. If you live somewhere that is extremely hot and humid, you may not need as much moisture as someone who lives where it's dry and cold. You got to take those things into account. If you are a person who is extremely active and loves to work out and loves to exercise and loves to sweat and do all those things that keep our body alive and keep us healthy, you must clean your hair more often. You must find a good shampoo that is low on sulfate, or sulfate free when it comes to your everyday no heat styling. You want to use sulfate free shampoo. VO5 makes amazing sulfate free shampoos, but there are a million of them out there. You can just Google sulfate free shampoo and pick one. But when you exercise and you sweat a lot, my first recommendation to anyone new, to anyone just starting their healthy hair journey, I would say try the co-wash method. Try the co-wash method for about a month, and if the co-wash is not getting your hair clean, is not leaving your hair moisturized, is leaving your hair still itchy, that's because you haven't gotten the sweat off your scalp good enough, and then you may want to go into a shampoo. If you are exercising a lot, washing your hair a lot, make sure that you are not drying your hair out with a high sulfate content shampoo. That is very bad. sulfate has to be used in moderation. I use sulfate when I heat style my hair, which is in the winter only, which is only 2 times a month. A person who's extremely active and you're exercising a lot, then putting heat to your hair a lot is not going to be a good thing at all. Heat is never a good thing. Heat is a form of controlled damage. Anytime you put heat to your hair, you are damaging it. We must understand this, we must accept this, and we must know this. When I'm exercising on a regular basis, I do not put heat to my hair unless it's for something special, unless I'm going out, because that heat style will simply be wasted because I sweat a lot in my scalp. You have to take into account your own body chemistry and the way your body works. Do you sweat a lot in your scalp when you exercise? If you do, then you may not want to put heat to your hair while you're exercising. Put heat to your hair to go out. Put heat to your hair to go out. Put heat to your hair for special occasions. And in the meantime, in between time, just wear your no heat styles and your protective styles. Let straightening your hair be a treat for you. Let that be something to look forward to in the festivity of fun moments, in the festivity of celebratory moments. When I began my healthy hair journey, I watched Atia's first Alpha G regimen, and I saw someone who had hair similar to mine that looked like my hair. Her hair was coarse like my hair. And I saw the amazing styling results that she got from using Alpha G. She had hair that looked similar to mine, but I wanted the type of hair that she had. I wanted the hair that she had, that had the body, that had the swing, that had the bounce, that had the shine, that had the flow, that had that appearance of beautiful, healthy, lustrous, shiny hair. So I used her Alpha G regimen until I was comfortable with it, until I began to pay attention to it and realize, hey, I don't need certain things. I can let go of the green tea keratin reconstructorizer. I'm not noticing anything different when I use that versus when I don't use that. I can let go of the oil sheen because when I put olive oil in my hair is already shiny, so I don't need the oil sheen. I took her regimen and I tweaked it for myself, and that is what I want to say and really strive to get my viewers to do, is don't just use someone's regimen and not change anything about it or not record what's going on with it. When you are using products, you should write them down. Write down your impressions of the products. Write down how it makes your hair look, feel, behave, all those things. And then take out 1 or 2 of those things that you may be unsure about, and then record that. And then go back into your notes and look and see, hey, there really isn't a difference if I use the green tea keratin reconstructorizer or not. So I took that out and I haven't used it since. I didn't need to. When I began using the Alpha G products for my heat styles, I got amazing results right away. I was fortunate enough to have found a product that worked so well and that got my hair to behave the way that I wanted it to behave, and to get my hair into the style and into the look that I wanted to take. So I didn't need to try a bunch of different things. If you are finding that you're using someone's regimen and you're not getting the results that you want, discontinue the regimen. However, I will say that you should try the regimen for about 30 days. Try it for about a month, and then at the end of the month reevaluate. See if you have noticed any improvements in the way your hair looks and feels, the way it behaves. Does it have that body? Does it have that shine, the bounce, the swing that you want? Is it behaving the way that you want it to behave? And if not, discontinue it and move on to something else. However, educate yourself. Realize what worked, what didn't work, what you liked, what didn't like, what you didn't like. Take into account what chemicals are in those products. Take into account how your hair behaves with sulfate, without sulfate. Is your hair dry with sulfate? Is it dry? Is it dry or is it moist without sulfate? I know when I use sulfate, my hair is slightly dry. However, when I use conditioner and I use my leave-in, my hair is moisturized again. So sulfate for me is fine. Some people have a problem with sulfate. Their hair is dry no matter what they do because it's taken all of the oil and stripped it completely to nothing. So they can't use it. Is about finding and what works for you. You can't follow someone else's regimen and it not work for you. You have to find and customize what works for you. And when you find what works for you, you must stick with what works. Sticking with what works will lead to having a lot less grief, a lot less heartache, a lot less frustration later down the road. I know that for my heat styles, Alpha G works for me. I know that for my no heat styles, that VO5 works for me. You have to find what works for you, and once you find those things, stick with those things. Our hair becomes accustomed to certain products. Our hair behaves a certain way to certain products, and if we change those products, we've thrown our hair for a loop. We've thrown it out of balance, and our hair now has to get reacquainted and readjusted to new products and new things. It is okay to try a new product. However, you must clarify your hair in between so that you don't have one product sitting on top of another product on top of another product, because your hair will not react the same way to that product that it would if your hair was not heavy, weighed down, and covered in another product. Try new products because you want to replace old products. You want to compare them to old products because of the price. When I did my experiment with the Chi line, I wanted to see if I could compare Chi to Alpha G. I couldn't, so I discontinued Chi. I used the Chi products, the shampoo and the conditioner, twice, and both times I didn't like it. I'm sticking with Alpha G. I'm staying with Alpha G. That is what I love. Stick with what it is that you love. Stick with what it is that you love if it's working. If it's not working, you must let it go. When I first started trying to grow my hair at 17 and 18, I was using Pantene, I was using Nexus, I was using Dr. Miracles, I was using one product line after the next. I was using one thing after the next, combining all these different things and not getting the results that I wanted. I was using lusters, I was using the pink, I was using the typical products that we find in the African American hair care aisle, and I had to become educated and learn that a lot of those products contain high alcohol content, high mineral oil content, high petroleum content, high sulfate content, and have high alkaline content. Our hair does not like strong alkaline products. High alkaline products are the equivalent of putting drain cleaner, Nair, and relaxers in our hair. My technique for growing long hair is universal. It does not matter if you are relaxed, Texlax, natural, what have you, color treated. It doesn't matter. The foundation of what it is that I believe is keep your hair moisturized, keep it protected, it will grow. Lay off the heat. There are people who don't use heat at all, and people who never use heat, they should never be using shampoo unless their hair is extremely dirty. Get off the regimen of the every week you must do something, every 2 weeks you must do something, every week you must shampoo, every 2 weeks you must condition, every 6 weeks you must relax, every 6 weeks you must color, every 6 weeks you must do a protein treatment. Not at all. When it comes to hair care, there are no rules. The only rule is leave it alone as much as possible and it will grow. Moisturize it as much as possible and it will grow. I don't have a specific regimen where I'm locked into doing one thing on certain days. Not at all. I do things when I feel like doing them. I do things when I feel that they are necessary. I shampoo my hair when shampoo is needed. I co-wash my hair when my hair needs to be co-washed. Normally I co-wash my hair whenever I get into the shower. If it's not in a bun, if it's not in some other style, I'll co-wash it then. Having 2 sets of products for the no heat styles and the heat styles is definitely key. It's definitely key because heat requires one thing. It requires certain products that have certain properties. No heat requires other products that have different properties. They should be different. They should be different. I would not use my Alpha G products every day because those products are for styling and for the prevention of damage. My no heat styles, those products are for the retention of moisture. Those products are for, they're not made to have heat on them. VO5 is not made to have heat on it. I cannot imagine flat ironing my hair with VO5. That's not a strong enough conditioner that can resist heat because there's no silicone in that. So I would not recommend that at all. And in the beginning of your hair journey, I know that it can be very frustrating, but what I want to close out this class today with, this lecture with today, is that patience is absolutely a virtue because hair grows at ½ an inch a month for most people. Some people it grows slower, some people it grows a little bit faster. However, for you, your hair will grow at the rate that it grows for the rest of your life. It is extremely easy to look at someone else and say, I don't have what they have. My hair doesn't grow as fast as theirs does, so therefore I will never have long hair. It's extremely easy for us to make excuses. The fact of the matter is that you have your hair. Your hair will never ever be like someone else's hair. You have to get over that and work with what it is that you have been given. If you have hair that is breakage prone, that is slow growing, that is dry a lot, fix those issues. You can moisturize more. You can do less manipulation. You can do less styling. You can do less heat. You can do less of a lot of things and you will retain length. Growing hair longer is all about retaining length, not destroying what you have, holding on to the hair that has grown out of your head. We don't have to do much to our hair, and my method for hair care, my technique for hair growth is keeping it as simple as possible. Simplifying, simplifying, simplifying. When you begin a regimen and there are 8 products in a regimen, think about what products that you can take out. You don't need to use 2 different types of leave-in. You don't need to use a detangling spray and a leave-in. A detangling spray is a leave-in. They're just called different things. You don't need a deep conditioner and a conditioner. They are the same thing. A deep conditioner is a technique. How long you leave the conditioner on your hair is what a deep condition is. Product companies label bottles of conditioner, and deep conditioner to make you think, to make consumers think that they need both of those things. And someone gave me a comment that they copied and pasted from some manufacturer's website that said, oh, there is a difference between deep conditioner and conditioner because deep conditioner can penetrate the hair shaft. That is absolutely false. Conditioner will never penetrate your hair shaft. Water will penetrate your hair shaft. You don't need a deep conditioner. You can deep condition your hair with VO5 for 99 cents if that is what you choose to do. Because a deep conditioner is a technique. Leaving it on your hair longer, your hair will have the same results. I guarantee it will have the same results. If you leave any conditioner on your hair 45 minutes, an hour, you will have extremely moisturized hair. So let me end class today by saying stay patient, stay motivated, and keep focused. Stay moving forward. Keep your eyes on the prize. Don't destroy what you've been given. Take care of what you've been given and you will gain more. That runs the gamut for your hair, for your body, for your mind, for your finances, for your home, for everything in your life. If you take care of what you have already, you will be given more. So thank you so much for joining me today in the technique of growing long hair. There is more of these videos to follow because this for me is like an interactive class with my viewers. If you have any questions at all, you can reach me on Twitter at twitter.com/Twanathan. You can reach me on hairlistas.com at Twanathan Singer. You can email me at mynappyroots@yahoo.com, or you can just leave a comment below this video and I will be sure to answer your questions in upcoming videos. I'm so looking forward to doing this, and thank you for watching My Nappy Roots. And please stay tuned and continue to watch because there is always much more on the way. Bye.